Hey there, good looking. Join me for this quick total body strength workout using just a couple of pairs of dumbbells. And we also are only cycling through all of the exercises once, so there's no repeats. Now for dumbbells, I recommend something on the moderate and then something a little heavier. For reference, I have a pair of 10s and 15s. All right, let's go get warmed up. Join my next fitness challenge for women over 40, the 21-day Strong and Sassy Challenge. Registration is now on. Challenge kicks off September 5th, 2023. All right, we're starting with a warm-up. We'll start standing and work our way to the mat for our warm-up drill because our first exercise is also on the mat. All right, awesome. Let's get the feet shoulder width apart. Toes are going to turn out. Push your bum back, knees chalk with toes, warming into the ankle, knee, and hip. Remember, this part of the workout is so important, especially for those of us over the age of 40. We need to prepare the muscles, the joints, and the tendons, the connective tissue for the workout, and a proper warm-up is the best way to do it. Now, at any time, if you feel that the warm-ups aren't sufficient though, so for example, if you have arthritis or asthma and you need a longer warm-up, I do have just separate standalone warm-ups on the channel as well as on Over 50 Fitness for you to do before a workout. All right, let's do two more here. Here's two. One more, and one. Bring your feet hip width, hands light behind the ears, push your booty rear and drive up again. Doing an exercise that's called a good morning, but for our purposes, we're learning a hip hinge and actively warming up into the hamstrings. Pull the elbows back so those elbows aren't in your peripheral vision, and you're just softening the knee a little bit and trying to take this big hinge right through that top of the thigh into the hip there. Last 4 and 3, 2, one more. All right, feet together. Let's work the lateral hip now. Step out wide, tap the toe if you can, the other direction. When we do a side lunge, we're pushing the bum back and keeping toes, knees, hips, and shoulders squared to the front. So we have a variety of different exercises. Like I said in the intro, no repeats though. So it's a fun little workout, especially for those days you're just not feeling like you want to work out. You just want something quick and not too repetitive. So here you go. Let's do one more each side. Good job. Other side. Excellent. Take yourself onto your knees. Extend your left leg. Good. Hands in front and sit back. And as you sit back, I want you to roll the toe up to your ceiling and then come down. Inside of the foot hits the mat again. Woo! Getting into those hips and inner thighs. Feels so good though. Let's do two more. Now sit back here for me. Drop the toe, bring the left arm under, and then reach it now into the T-spine and the shoulders. So now we'll have that inside of the foot resting on the ground. We're sitting back onto our heel. Last 2. One more. Beautiful. Let's do the other side. So we extend the leg, bring the arms in front. So remember, as we sit back, we rotate the toes so it points up to our ceiling. Sit back, good, and have those arms far enough forward so you can really move through that shoulder joint as you sit back and rock forward. Good, 2 more. Let's do one more. Now sit back here for me, bring that inside of the toe down, bring the arm under and reach it. So now it's that right arm reaching under, reaching up, following your hand with your gaze, keeping the bum back onto the heel. Last 2. One more. And bring it center. All right, you got about 20 seconds to grab a quick sip of water. Now listen up, we're going to need our dumbbells, and as I mentioned, we are down on the mat for the first part of the series. So I want you to grab what you consider the heavier pair. We're doing a chest press with a bridge. So let's get set up here. Heels close to the bum, elbows in front of the shoulders, lift the hips up, press the dumbbells up above the chest, lower down. So we want to make sure that those elbows are positioned before the shoulders and not lined right up or behind the shoulders. That's a really stressful place for that shoulder joint. Back of the neck is long. We're pushing through the hips, lifting up using the glutes and hamstrings. This is a great sub. If you don't like push-ups, you're hitting your pecs, which is what a push-up hits. "45 seconds of work, and then we'll set up for the next exercise. Lower down for me. If you'd like, you might want to switch out to your lighter dumbbells. We're moving into a chest fly now. So the palms will face each other, elbows will point up, open up, and close. So when we open up, it's just the back of your upper arm touching your mat. Your arms are not straightening with the knuckles coming to your floor. So here we've kind of eliminated the elbow. So we've eliminated the tricep, which is why I mentioned you may need to go down in dumbbells for the fly. Breathe it out. We're moving into a forearm plank. We're going to add on to that move next, but we do need a dumbbell for it too. So I'd just like to verbally cue you as to what's coming up so you're not surprised. Time. All right, pick a dumbbell, doesn't matter what size it is. Bring it right ahead onto the mat for me. Now we're going to come into that plank position. We'll start on the knees. We plank up and then down and then reach and tap the dumbbell with each hand. Let's try it. Plank up, down, now tap the dumbbell. Good, now more advanced people, off of the knees. Stepping those hands right underneath the shoulders. Once you come down, each hand taps that dumbbell, and then we head back up again. Let's try to keep those hips quiet. Gaze at the top of your mat. So, chest, triceps, and a lot of core. Last couple of reps. Finish off here. All right. Grab the lighter dumbbell. We're moving into a sit-up with a twist. If you can't do sit-ups because of osteoporosis, I want you to hold a V-sit. Okay? Otherwise, those of you with me, knees are bent, dumbbell at the chest, crunch up, twist, come down, crunch up, twist the other side. Good. If that bothers your low back, because if you do have a sensitive low back, sit-ups aren't the best for you, then I want you to do that V-sit where you're leaning back, holding that neutral spine, and just focusing on your breath. Either option, you're going to feel those abs, especially with the previous exercise, which worked our core too. Last couple of reps, and then we'll take our heavies and place them in each hand. One more. All right. So, working your big back muscles now, and we'll also get some more core fired up. Let's get the knees apart underneath the hips, wrists under shoulders. Extend your right leg parallel to your ground. Now lift your left arm. So you're going to want to tuck your left foot into the mat. And then that right wrist stays right underneath the shoulder. So we're just holding on to the contact with the floor with that left dumbbell, right knee. Never mind, I'll stop cueing left and rights because I'm just screwing them up. Woo! You're going to feel your balance being challenged. You want that back leg, if you can, nice and long, parallel to your floor. 10 more seconds. Little breather, and we'll do the other side. One more. All right, other side. So did you feel your core? I really do when I hold that pose, so I hope you did as well. So let's start here, okay? Wrists apart, you want them right under the shoulders, knee underneath the hip. Extend that left leg now. Opposite arm rows up, lowers down. Good. That left shoulder is away from the earlobe. You got it. We're going to stand for the next exercise. Tuck that back toe in too. So that right toe of mine, I've got it gripping the mat, and that is helping a bit with my balance. Breathe out as you pull up. Good. Really lift and extend that left leg. Let's get a couple of more in. And come on up. All right. Grab the lighter dumbbell that you have. Simply mirror me. You can hold on to it and give yourself some space on this side of your mat. Now let's do a side lunge like we learned in warm up. Bring the dumbbell down and then come up and pull up. So when we pull up, we want our hand higher than our elbow. Really good posture move, some more back muscles. And then we're going to get that heart rate up because we've got the legs working. Now remember this side lunge, we did it in warm up for a specific reason, to teach you that your toes, knees, hips, and shoulders stay squared to me. You hinge through that hip joint. And breathe. One more here. All right, we're going to take it to the other side. So again, you want some room to that side of you. Just mirror me. All right, save me from trying to figure out my left and my right. Thank you. So let's step it out. All right, bring the dumbbell down. Pull up. Remember, hand is higher than the elbow. Good. Again, that's going to protect the shoulder. You may see some workouts where they have you bring the elbow up high. I don't want you to do that, okay? You come up higher and try it. Try the elbow low, and now try it high. You might agree with me. Low, it feels really pinchy. So, we'll grab our heavy dumbbells after this, moving into my favorite exercise, the goblet squat. Let's get one more in. Come on, one more. Woo! All right, so obviously you can do this body weight if you're just starting out with me in your fitness journey. Otherwise, one dumbbell or my advanced people, both of the heavies, push them together. Feet wide, toes turned out, drop down, drive up. When we come down, the knees are tracking with the toes. See if you can get the elbows to touch the top of your thighs with each rep. We'll give the legs a break after this one. So keep that form. Keep it strong all the way to the end. Let's do one more. All right. Grab your lighter dumbbells. Strict with our form. Nice and tall in the upper body. Rock your dumbbells. Don't rest them on your shoulders. Hands are facing you. Alternate and lower. Now, if you have shoulder issues, keep going. I want you to see if you can do it holding onto your light dumbbell with both hands, okay? See how you do there. If that still doesn't work, go body weight. Okay, pushing that arm above gravity, against gravity, might be enough for where you're at for the shoulder. So from there, we'll work on that. Stick with me. Nice and strong in that core. So this turns into a core exercise for the sake that we're pressing that arm up. Our core has to stabilize and stop our body from twisting. So they call it an anti-rotation exercise. Let's do one more time. All right, we have bicep curls. Some of you may want to step up to a heavier dumbbell. All right, from this position, I want you to turn your palms to me. Curl the hands up, slowly lower. So we're taking it really slow. We're not swinging the arms. We're trying to engage as many of the fibers of the biceps as we can instead of just letting momentum do the work for us. Feet again, about hip width, knees are soft. Draw that belly button in, really activating the deep core muscles. We'll work the opposing muscle group, your triceps, in about 15 seconds. All right, so I'm going to go to my side so you can see my spine. We want a slightly bent knee. Push the bum back as we hinge forward. So like we learned in warm up with our good mornings. Bring the elbows up, duct tape those shoulders there, and kick and back. So we're not rounding the back. You're pushing your bum back. Tailbone all the way up to the back of your head or in one line. Feeling the back of the upper arm, I hope. Moving into our legs in 10 seconds. Last one. And lift on up. All right, if you're able to, I want you to grab the heavier. We have an alternating curtsy lunge. We'll fire up more core by racking our dumbbells. So our dumbbells will stay here. Feet are shoulder width apart. Step back, come down, other leg. So do your best with how far you can drop the knee down to your ground. The arms are up, as I mentioned, has a little bit more element for the core. Woo! And the biceps, which we just trained, didn't we? We're on our last two moves. All right, let's keep these heavier dumbbells. I want your feet shoulder width apart, toes slightly turned out. We're doing a deadlift, but sumo style, so a little wider stance. We push the bum back into the hips, bend the knees, and drive up, pushing the hips forward. Good. So we're not bending the knees where we turn it into a squat, but this is also more of a bent knee deadlift than a traditional. Mid back is pinched because we don't want the upper back to round. And then gaze is up a bit. Last few reps. One more. And let's take the dumbbells down. Grab a quick sip if you need it. Don't take off on me yet. Let's do a few stretches and then you can continue on with your day. Cheers to you. Let's start by stretching into the forearms since we were holding on to dumbbells. Wow, there's a massive dead spider right there. Did you need to know that? No, but I just had to share. All right, I want you to bring the fingertips up, arm is straight. Pulling more at the bottom of the fingers, at the palm, okay, to stretch right here, all right? Your flexors. So if you've ever had golfer's elbow, or what they call medial epicondylitis, so golfer's elbow is just way easier to say. You know this stretch. I just vacuumed in here too, so as I do before every workout that I film, because I have two big hairy hound dogs and a cat. And now I'm working out around dead bodies. The things I do for you guys. Let's do the other side. Arms straight. Oh, that feels good. Yeah. We don't kill bugs in my house. We have a little cup and a piece of paper. It's a cardboard. We trap them and then I release them. I have a little tiny pond that loving husband built in the front yard. So I always release them right beside the pond so that they move from, inside the house to waterfront. And let's take it down. Yeah, I know. Some people think I'm crazy. They're right. Fingers wide, turn the fingertips towards you, sit back, and let's feel a deeper stretch now into those forearm flexors. But you know what? Crazy people are just so much more fun to hang with. Do you remember when you were a teenager, all you wanted to be was like everybody else? Yeah, now we just want to be different. I like that. In fact, teenagers are learning that more. At least the teenagers that I know. I don't know many, but they really do strive to be their own person, which is really cool to see. 15-year-old PJ could have used that. Woo! All right, into the hip flexor. Lunge forward. Now really squeeze this glute, okay? And then inhale that arm up and reach. Circle this arm behind, nice and slow. Now before we switch to the other side, let's get into the hamstring. Straighten that leg. If you'd like, you could even use your dumbbells to help build your ground up. And you'll feel a much better stretch, and your back is in a better positioning as well. So thanks for joining me. Please, you can do this video a huge favor and do me a favor by clicking that thumbs up so it gets found in the YouTube algorithm. And if you're watching this on YouTube, drop a comment. I want to hear from you. And if you're watching this ads free on Over 50 Fitness, head to our private community. I want to hear from you guys. All right, let's do the other side. So let's start with the hip flexor. Keep your dumbbells where you have them. Squeeze the hips, reach the arm up and over. Now let's circle that arm nice and slow behind us. Oh, feels good. Straighten that front leg, toe is up. Push the hips back as we lengthen the back to stretch into that hamstring area. And release. Whoops. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to reading your comments down below. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you next workout. Bye. Come here. Oh, come here. Come here. Huh? Who's my baby? Who's my baby? Who's my baby? Oh. Yes, a good girl. Are you a good girl? Are you a good girl?